Hello, welcome back to Cooking with Yasser. I know I look very sleepy. I'm just waking up and it's 12 a.m. right now, and I woke up with a big craving. I feel like having some cottage pie, and let's see if I make it right as I'm sleepy. So our ingredients for today will be some ground beef, oh, by the way, when I say ground beef, it's because I am making cottage pie. Mostly people will make shepherd's pie using lamb, but cottage pie. So some carrots, an onion, spring onions, some eggs. We've only been in the yolk, but some eggs, some seasoning cubes, grounded, some chili paste mixed with tomato, black pepper, salt, and then I have cheese, milk, and other ingredients that need to be in the fridge right now till we need to use them. So let's get washing the meat. With the meat fully washed now, I'm currently heating some oil. It could be vegetable oil, any kind of oil you use, not olive oil. I'm heating some oil up now, then I'll toss the beef in. Luckily, it's got a lot of fat in it, so just a little bit of oil. You can decide on the tablespoons or quantity you need when you're making yours. So yeah, let's get to the pot. So while we let that sizzle and cook, I'll quickly dice my onions and the other vegetables to save time. If you look closely, you see the meat is starting to brown and it's letting off some juices. And it's almost time for us to add in our spices. So personally, I like to go in first with my black pepper because everything's spicy. Now this here is just 2 teaspoons. You can decide to add more or less because 2 teaspoons will be a lot. Considering I'm adding my blended chili paste, we're adding a teaspoon of salt, 2 cubes. Yeah, make that 1.5 cubes. We'll cover for some minutes. Then we'll come back and add more vegetables. You see, we just keep adding more and more. I kind of dig all this one pot dishes. So I'll see you in a few minutes. And now we add a few sprigs of rosemary, just for the flavor. Nothing too serious. And we just got free juices from this meat. You don't have to add water at all. It's brown now, so we can toss in our carrots. Toss in our carrots. And now we add some onions, diced. And now we're going to keep this aside. Then I will lightly fry my chili paste and then join them back together in the same pot. So our oil is hot. We gently put in our spicy secret ingredient. I know I put a lot of black pepper and now a lot of chili. You're not the one eating it. I'm the one eating it. So yeah, we'll let that heat for some minutes. Then we'll toss in our salt and our seasoning cube. Well, that looks partially fried to me, so I'll add the rest of the seasoning in there. Don't forget, this isn't too much. Our beef is still going back in. I put a little for a reason. While that is there, we'll put a pinch of salt and we'll stir some more. And now we stir. Wow, I think this is too spicy. I'm trying so hard. I have to sneeze right now. So ideally, many people would add some stock here, but I told you it's 12 a.m. everything is frozen right now in the house. So I'll just put some water in there, and I'll toss in some flour or flour to thicken. And now we'll add a tablespoon of flour, all-purpose. Don't put it in one place, please. Move it around, and then we'll come back and stir. Stir slowly. You don't want no clumps appearing. I don't have stock, so I'll add a cup of water in here. And now, because I just added plain water, I need to add more of my seasoning cubes. Just one. I tried not to use more than 3, but I used 3 for now. I mean, I tried not to use more than 2, but I used 3. Well, that's it. Our sauce is good to go. Not too soggy, not too dry. Perfect enough to be baked. So now we'll get on to our mashed potatoes. But before we begin our mashed potatoes, I'd like to put this guy in the pan first. Now I know this is a bit unorthodox. No, it's very unorthodox. But yeah, I don't have a casserole bowl. Shame on me. But I'll just use my baking pan. So firstly, I will put this guy in. My first layer. I'll let it cool for some time while I make my mashed potatoes. With our sauce done, we would cut our potatoes. Oh yeah, again, I cheated. I peeled off the screen. We'll cut them in half before we let it boil for like 15 to 20 minutes roughly. I mean, commonly I would let it get soft, but 15-20 minutes. And now the final stage has been reached. Our potatoes are super soft. So first I will mix in my egg yolk with my milk of any kind. Whole cream, skimmed milk. But I hear cream cheese is good with this. And I think this is a bit too much milk, so I'll just add a little bit. Now we want the egg yolk, so we get that brown look at the end. Now we add about 200 grams of butter. And now we grate in some Parmesan cheese. You can grate in as much as you like. Just don't forget, every mashed potato has to be creamy, so the creamier the better. And lastly, I'll add some spring onion leaves to give it some color. You don't need to do this. You can keep it plain if you like. And a few more mashes, and we're done. So now I'll just bring my pan coat the pan with my potatoes, and into the oven we go. I know this is too full. We might have some spilling, but 30 more minutes, all I have for tonight before I pass out. So yeah, I'll just design it roughly. And into the oven we go. That looks simply amazing. Look how gooey it is. It shouldn't be crusty, only at the corners. This isn't your regular pie. Notice how the potato layer is very thick. That's how a cottage pie should look like.